reporting to you live from Antarctica. So cold, so icy, so drippy. You know who else is so cold, so icy, and so drippy? Dylan Harper. Today we'll be talking about the Rutgers shooting guard, went number 2 in the draft to the San Antonio Spurs. Just kind of project what we think Dylan Harper is going to look like here in his rookie season. You've been keeping up with the draft and just keeping up with the Spurs roster in general. You would know, of course, that we do have De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to be our number one starting point guard, just our number one guard option in general, shooting guard, point guard. He's our number one lead guard. Behind De'Aaron Fox, we have Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle was the number 5 pick in last year's draft, and Stephon Castle has looked really great for the San Antonio Spurs in his rookie season. Comes off of the Rookie of the Year. Looks like a very great defender, has great defensive instincts. He had a nasty block where he chases down SGA and pins his shit up against the backboard, so you'd love to see that. And then he has a good offensive game, good ball handler, decent playmaker. His deceleration step is just nasty. He's about 6'6", 220, and same thing for Dylan Harper. He's about 6'6", 215. And just comparing him to Stephon Castle a little bit, we see Stephon Castle with that same frame, again about 6'6", 215, just like Dylan Harper is. And watching Stephon Castle, he had no problem with the physicality of the NBA in his rookie season. He had no problem getting in the paint, finishing in the paint, defending bigger guards, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", because Castle is just so strong and has such a good frame that he's able to do that at the NBA level. And I see the same thing with Dylan Harper. We'll get into his offensive game, but him being 6'6", 215, again, really similar to Steph Castle, looks like he has an NBA ready frame, and it looks like he's not going to have trouble adjusting to the physicality of the game, being able to play defense at the NBA level. There was a play in the Summer League. I don't take too much from Summer League, only such a small amount, but there's a play in the Summer League, and it was a 4-on-1. I forgot who had the ball, but it was 4-on-1, 4 people against one Dylan Harper. The guy bringing the ball up, he goes up for a layup. Harper jumps so high, he almost hits his head on the backboard and just pins that dude's shot up on the glass, just like Stephon Castle pinned SGA shot up against the glass. So defensively, you can see some similarities. Stephon Castle is a very good NBA defender already in his first season, so I don't want to give Dylan Harper those chops until he actually comes in the NBA and shows that he can play at that high level. But just off of his frame doesn't look like he's going to have any trouble adjusting to guys' size and things like that. Different, players with more strength at the NBA level. I don't think that's going to be an issue for him. But going to Dylan Harper again, he came from Rutgers. He played next to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey went, I want to say number 5, pretty sure number 5 in the draft to the Utah Jazz. He's all mad about it. He wanted to go somewhere else, but that's neither here nor there. But Harper comes from Rutgers. Again, he's playing with Ace Bailey, who's another top 5 NBA draft pick. So Ace Bailey's going to take away some from Dylan Harper's numbers, and Dylan Harper's going to take away some from Ace Bailey's numbers naturally. Because if these guys went to a smaller school or just another school where they're going to be the number 1 option, then they don't have this other, top 5 draft pick that they're going to have to share touches with and things like that. So keep that in mind. Dylan Harper did have to share some of his touches with Ace. And then same thing for Ace Bailey. Again, they could have brought down each other's counting stats just a bit because of that. But Dylan Harper plays 32 minutes in his one and only season at Rutgers. He averages 19 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he played again the 32 minutes. So solid numbers again, 19, 4 and 4. I think he averaged about 1 steal and maybe half a block a game or so, but he looks like he has good instincts on the defensive end. So his field goal percentage was 48%. He shot 33% from 3 and then 75% from the free throw line. That's the one thing I see that would concern me the most, because I am a Spurs fan, just looking at the player we're bringing into our organization in Dylan Harper, or just looking at any draft prospect. I mean, if you're a guard and you're shooting 75% from the free throw line, I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, this dude's shot is broken. He's not going to be able to shoot free throws at the NBA level, because if I see you at 75%, I'm probably thinking this guy has the mechanics. They have decent mechanics. A player shooting 75% in college at the free throw line, but they probably just have to tweak some things, get with an NBA shooting coach, and get that percentage to 80% or higher, and be a very reliable free throw shooter at the guard position. But seeing him shoot the 75% from the free throw line, again, I'm not going to panic about it, but that is a bit concerning. That's the one thing I see. That's the most glaring thing for me, is just that free throw percentage. Going on to his 3-point percentage, he shot 33% from three in his one and done year at Rutgers, and 33%, it's not great. It is what it is. A lot of those looks came from him just breaking guys down off the dribble, creating his own shot, because he has great ability off the dribble. He reminds me a lot of James Harden, Cade Cunningham. Not saying he's going to be as good as these players. If he is, then badass. That'll be awesome for the Spurs and awesome for Dylan Harper. But just his frame and the way he plays the game, he comes off the screen, reminds me of Luka Doncic a bit as well. He'll come off the screen going 5 miles an hour, then he turns it up, and now he's going 15 miles an hour. Now he hits the brakes, he's back down to 5 miles an hour. He has such a weird, shifty dribble, just like Luka, just like Harden. Again, it's not like he is athletic, don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of athleticism, but it's not like he's just coming down the court and just blowing by guys with his super speed or his super strength, or he has some crazy vertical where he's just getting up so high guys can't contest him at the rim. It's just that herky-jerky style, nasty Euro steps, just really high basketball IQ around the rim, and he's able to get his shot off against pretty much anybody, it seems like, at least at the college level. He can finish with the right hand, he can finish with the left hand, so he's an ambidextrous player. And again, his ball handling looks like a big plus. His playmaking looks like it's going to be really good. He's not a born passer. He's not like a natural passer, but he has a good floor vision. He's able to make plays for the players around him. But, he did play off ball a lot at Rutgers as well, and he showed some promise playing off the ball as well. So getting back to his 3-point percentage, he shot 33% from three, in his season at Rutgers, and that was again without having a primary ball handler or a playmaker he's playing next to that's able to create easy 3-point looks and, pass the ball to Harper on backdoor cuts and things like that, just to make his life easier. So now he's going to have De'Aaron Fox on the Spurs, Stephon Castle, Wemby, of course. He's going to have a lot of guys around him that can help play make and help him get easier looks that he wasn't able to get at Rutgers. But again, the 33% from three, people see that it's not very great. I think league average is like 35% or so. But one thing that is promising, he was shooting 37% on his catch and shoot threes at Rutgers. And I feel like in the Spurs offense, a lot of his looks are going to be coming off those catch and shoot 3-point opportunities, because he's going to have De'Aaron Fox, he's going to have Wemby, Stephon Castle, not to such a high degree, but just De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. They're going to draw so much attention from the defense. Dylan Harper's going to have so many opportunities to cut back door, spot up for a three, come off a downstream. We're going to be able to use him in so many different ways off the ball once he comes into the NBA. So the free throw percentage at 75%, that's my main concern. A lot of people, like I said, again, they're concerned about his 3-point shooting percentage, because 33% is not great. It just is what it is. But like I said, the 37% he shot off the catch, I think he'll be able to hopefully do that at the NBA level and also improve his shooting stroke. Because again, the 75% from the free throw line, I feel like he's going to improve that. If you've seen Harper play, he has good form and good mechanics on his jump shot. So again, it's not like he has a broken jumper. Just want to see him get in the lab with the Spurs shooting coach, work on his free throws, maybe get his free throws up to hopefully 80% or higher. That's the goal, of course. But as his free throws are improving, I feel like just his overall shot's going to get better, and his 3-point percentage will probably go up with it. And I can see him being a 36-37% shooter at the NBA level once he's worked on those skills. 48% from the field, so that's great. Almost 50% as a guard is pretty crazy. If you can shoot, even 48%, that's very good. Very good for a guard. If you can shoot 45% or higher as a shooting guard, point guard, near a high volume player like Harper was, that's solid efficiency at that position. So with him being at 48% shooting from the field, I feel like he can get up to hopefully 50% and be just an incredibly efficient player at the NBA level. And the way he plays his game, no one speeds him up, no one slows him down. I was watching his highlights and just watching him play at Rutgers. It was very rare that I'd see any possession where Harper's forcing a shot or he's out of control going into the paint and trying to do some out of control finish. You pretty much never see that with him. He's pretty much never taking bad shots. And people's main argument is, De'Aaron Fox is expendable now because the Spurs drafted Dylan Harper at number 2, and people are just acting like Dylan Harper is better than De'Aaron Fox day one. And I'm not saying that Dylan Harper doesn't have potential to become De'Aaron Fox's level or maybe even better. I hope he does for the sake of the Spurs organization. But it's so insulting to De'Aaron Fox to look at him and have a 19-year-old rookie come in and say, hey, D Fox, I know you averaged 27 points just 2 seasons ago. You pretty much averaged 25 and 6, when you were healthy this past season. But we got this 19-year-old rookie. He's going to be better than you. He's going to be better than a guy averaging 27 points on solid efficiency. Just insulting to swipe a Fox for people to say that. And that's not me bashing Dylan Harper because I want him to be successful as well. But again, with him playing off of De'Aaron Fox, off of Wemby, he's going to be able to get some great shot opportunities. And I see him being just a very, very efficient, effective player coming into the NBA. I don't see De'Aaron Fox taking away from a bunch of his minutes because you got De'Aaron Fox, you got Stephon Castle. Those two guys, they're going to play. They're going to get their minutes. And then Dylan Harper is going to play. He's going to get his minutes as well. I see us always having one of those 3 guys in the game, Fox, Castle, or Harper. And, for the most part, we're probably going to have at least 2 of those guys on the court at all times. So it's Fox with Castle, Fox with Harper, Castle with Harper, Castle with Fox, whatever it is. We're always going to have two high-level playmakers, 2 high-level two-way guards on the court at all times. And De'Aaron Fox did a lot of playing off the ball in Sacramento when Malik Monk was there. He would play off the ball off of Domantas Sabonis, so it's not like De'Aaron Fox isn't capable of playing off the ball. De'Aaron Fox also shot about 36% on his catch and shoot threes just last year, so it's not like he's not a decent three-point shooter. He's not Ray Allen or something. He's not some crazy knockdown three-point shooter, but he's able to knock them down. And I feel like those guys are going to be able to play off each other really well because Fox, Castle, and Harper, they're all comfortable playing off the ball or playing with the ball in their hands. And, I don't think it's going to be some gigantic issue like people are pushing it out to be as if Dylan Harper can't play with De'Aaron Fox or it's going to hold back his development, because I don't really look at it that way. So, I expect Harper to have a really good impact his rookie season. Again, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on 48% shooting in his 1 year at Rutgers. And that was playing off of Ace Bailey. No insult or no offense to Ace Bailey, but Ace Bailey's all about getting off the ball, having the ball in his hands. But Ace Bailey gets the ball in his hands, and within the next 3 or 4 seconds, he's probably going to be shooting it, if not even faster than that. And that's not to insult Ace Bailey. That's just the type of player he is. He's more of a Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady type of scorer. Not to say he's going to be as good as those guys, but just his archetype is more like one of those guys. So it's not like Dylan Harper was playing next to some high-level point guard that was able to play make for him and make his life easier. He's playing next to Ace Bailey, who I don't want to say made Dylan Harper's life harder. He does attract a lot of attention because you got to pay attention to Ace Bailey when he's off the ball, but nowhere near the level of De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, Stephon Castle. These guys Harper's going to be playing with, they're going to take so much attention off of him and give him so many opportunities to play make for himself and others. So, yeah, I think he's going to have a really strong rookie season. I don't really see him winning Rookie of the Year over Cooper Flagg, especially with Kyrie Irving being hurt. I think Anthony Davis is going to be okay for the season start, but Cooper Flagg's going to have so much on his plate that I feel like his numbers may be a bit more inflated than Dylan Harper. especially with Wemby blossoming, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, all these guys taking another leap in their games coming into next season. But I expect a lot of good things from Dylan Harper. I don't think he's better than De'Aaron Fox day one, and I don't think we should trade De'Aaron Fox just because we have Dylan Harper now. But I just want to see how he develops, how he plays next to Castle and Fox, and I think all three of these guys can play next to each other for the foreseeable future, and I think they can make each other better just playing off of each other. So, it's a good problem to have for San Antonio as far as having these three very good guards that, might take away minutes from each other. But in my eyes, I see all of them getting 30 plus minutes a game. It's always a by committee thing with the Spurs, so it's all about having this player contribute, having that player contribute, and just keeping everyone fresh. I see us playing almost a Memphis Grizzlies style where you're just subbing out. You have a 10-man rotation, and you're just subbing out and always keeping fresh players in the game. But just really excited to see Dylan Harper for this next coming up season. Please comment below. Let me know what you think about Harper. Let me know if you think he's going to take away from De'Aaron Fox or if De'Aaron Fox is going to take away from him, because I personally don't think that's going to happen. But please like and subscribe. Please let me know what you think, and we'll see y'all next time.